getting like harder to
I know.
not laugh, bro.
Jesus.
Hey guys. Happy weekday. Today, we are reading Reddit stories.
Yay! That was good. I was like, this is, I know. I felt like I was like,
I was laughing.
I was like, good thing the camera's not on you.
I know, that's why I was like, oh.
Okay. Bro, my face is gonna be bright red. I'm like, this is our new segment, Reddit stories. We kind of just came up with this just to do because we realized a lot of people like watching Reddit stories. So we were like, why not try to do it and see what happens and how it goes. So
a lot of people being us.
Yeah. Each week each week there's gonna be a different host, or a couple of us are gonna find Reddit stories for each other, and we're gonna go off of and give our own opinions on basically each story that we read. We are gonna be reading 3 stories each video. And that's usually how it's gonna go. Yeah. So today Malin is our host.
Yay!
Wait, should we say our names?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, I am Malin, the host.
Let's do that again.
I'm Malin, the host of today's episode.
I'm Layla.
I'm Nova.
And I'm Milana.
Nova.
Also, if you're wondering why I'm the only one not with the shirt, I did get stuff.
The Biggie
on.
spilled
No, I
food
didn't.
on her
I
shirt.
was being skinny and I was eating salad and,
And
I
you
got
know
the
what?
salad dressing
does
on
it
my
say?
sweater.
I
When
know
in
what is
doubt.
it? When in doubt.
Dance it
Dance
out.
it out.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
This girl.
Okay.
Goddamn.
So, for our first,
Gosh.
we're reading Am I the Booty Cheek?
Oh, that's not
For our first, am I the jerk? Because we can't say a specific word. Am I the jerk for blocking some family members over expensive secret Santa lists again? Hey guys, wish I didn't have to come here again with such a ridiculous story about my family during Christmas time yet again. But here we are. For reference, I made a post about last year about crazy, what does SS mean?
Secret Santa.
Secret Santa requirements for my family. You guys gave me enough balls to put my foot down this time around, so let's recap. Last year, about 20 Secret Santa participants, a mix of adults and kids, no budget, but everyone was required to submit a wish list. Deviations not allowed. Some people went wild with requests, trips to Bali, designer bags, etc. Dang.
Are they rich?
I
Oh,
know.
what the heck? My recipient, Eliza, had one of those lists, and I could only afford a $60 gift card. Didn't go over well. The fallout, Eliza wasn't happy, other luxury listers weren't happy, and the whole thing turned into chaos because some lists were followed, some weren't. This year, Liam, the person who spearheaded these absurd rules in the first place, calls an emergency meeting in our group chat about how to handle Secret Santa this year. Liam's big idea, stick with last year's format, but pair participants with matching budgets, luxury givers with luxury listers. The catch, if the random draw doesn't line up perfectly, we'd have to re-roll names or manually swap within the group.
So poor people with poor people. Rich
Rich people, rich people.
Basically, that's
Let's segregate.
They're saying
Segregate.
I want a rich gift. I don't know about
I know.
you.
Yeah.
A few of us were upset. This seemed overly complicated. Addison suggested splitting into 2 groups, one for those who like Liam's approach and another for a more traditional format.
How many family members do they have?
I know, right?
Heck?
And luxury?
Yeah, they were getting expensive stuff.
Girl.
Liam flips out. He's got crazy rude, accusing Addison of trying to split up the family. And for me, for stirring the pot. According to him, everything ran smoothly before I got involved last year. Addison confirmed this is a lie. It was actually worse. I mentioned to Liam that this is extremely hurtful to be accused of, and that there may be a way to appease everyone if we have an open convo about what we're looking for. I explained that I prefer a more traditional Secret Santa for the ease as well as the budget restrictions being easy on the pocket. Plus, I love giving thoughtfully. We each take turns explaining with various reasons, some not having as much right now, some wanting to spend their bonus on a good gift for someone, stress-free gift giving. Then we got to Liam. Instead of explaining his reasoning, he just kept saying, "It makes more sense this way." Addison and I pressed him a bit, but he refused to elaborate. I finally said, "Look, if I didn't know any better, it sounds like you're just trying to hoard gifts." Liam.
She clocked.
No, actually, Liam exploded. He called me emotional, a Scrooge, and a Grinch. Ooh,
Shivery timbers, bro.
Literally, he even said,
Clocked her with that one. You're a
"You're a
Grinch.
Grinch." He even said I was trying to control everyone. I was honestly shocked. To make it worse, some family members, not coincidentally the luxury listers, texted me after texted me afterward to say I was out of line for asking Liam to explain himself. At that point, I was done. I told everyone that if they can't see how unreasonable it is to alienate family members who can't afford over the top lists and Beats headphones, I don't want to be involved in any capacity.
Right.
Am I the jerk?
Hey.
No.
Okay.
No,
wait
you
a
are
minute.
the jerk for that.
Yeah, no,
Liam
not at
is
all.
the jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell? No, the whole family is just like, for them to be like no, we want like a high priced like Secret
Ollie
Santa.
tickets?
That's
But the
crazy.
no compromise is what's
What?
getting me. Because
Yeah.
I get it. Some people are more wealthy than others.
Uh-huh.
But like,
But
for
I
your
feel-
family.
Yeah,
coming
but I
out
feel
to
like
Yeah.
in a
me.
Secret Santa, like that's not even what Christmas is about.
about.
First of
No,
all,
not
and
at
you're
all.
asking for
The-
these expensive
Yeah.
gifts.
That's not a Secret Santa.
That
if
is
that's the case,
not-
then just do it on regular
That's
Christmas.
like
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
ask your
Secret Santa for
husband
that.
for, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
not your family members. That's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and for him to be like be petty about like how like, oh, I'm sorry that you can't afford.
Yeah.
Like,
Like-
that's crazy to even like say to like a family member. Like, who says that? That's crazy. No.
Mm-mm, you're
She
not
is
the
not
jerk.
the. I was gonna say
But she
don't worry,
is-
baby,
but
you're
she-
not the jerk.
If you're not the jerk.
Not the
But
jerk.
what is it? Like she said that she wanted what's it called? To make a compromise, right?
Yeah.
But they were like, no.
They were like,
Yeah,
no.
like-
and
Like
then
they just want
when-
high
yeah.
price presents, basically.
And then when she asked him to elaborate and explain himself as to why he needs it to be that way, he was like, I don't have to explain myself to you,
right.
peasant. Like,
Literally.
But made her explain her whole reasons. Like,
Yeah.
oh well, I still don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Jesus.
and then when they all ganged up on her, how dare you speak to
dare
Liam like that? My baby boy,
Right.
Liam, how dare you?
I
That is
would have
a
blocked
grown man.
everyone.
I know, I
I would
would've
have, and you will not
literally
see me,
left.
my
You
children.
don't have to worry about
nobody
me.
for
I
the
know,
rest
do
of
not
my
have
life.
to
worry
worry
about
about me.
me.
Like,
Please.
I'll buy my own
Jesus.
Christmas gift.
I know.
So in completion,
She is
you,
not-
ma'am,
You are
are
not,
not
the
the
jerk.
jerk. The jerk.
Jesus.
Okay.
Next story.
Okay. Am I the jerk for staying home for Christmas? Y'all don't want me to read the oh yeah, I can't read the update because we
Yeah,
haven't
you
read
can.
the story yet. We haven't read the story.
Oh,
yet.
no,
I'll read
yeah.
it then.
Oh.
Read the
Starting
story
from
first
the
and then read the update.
Has there been an
Beginning.
update for the other story?
Mm-mm.
No.
Starting from the beginning, my mother-in-law has 3 sons. Obviously, I, 30 female, am married to one of them, 30 male. Her and my husband's father have been divorced since the sons were little. Christmas for them would be to be with mom, go to dad's for a few hours, and then go back to mom. On and off for the last 10 years, my mother-in-law has decided to hold a formal Christmas dinner with extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins, etc. So our Christmas day would be to travel to see my family in the morning, see my husband's dad in the afternoon, and have Christmas dinner with his mom. We wouldn't get to open gifts from each other until usually like 11 p.m. Christmas Day. This is an airtight schedule too. We could manage to spend about 3 hours at each house. Over the 10 years, everyone started having kids. Cousins and aunts and uncles stopped coming to Christmas dinner about 5 to 6 years ago because their families got too big. One of my husband's brothers moved and stopped coming to Christmas because it's just too far to drive with the kids. Christmas dinner was down to us, the other brother's family, and mother-in-law and stepdad. A few years ago, we moved to a more central location between all our families. Still quite a bit of drive time because between houses, though. We continued with this Christmas schedule, but this time, instead of going to my parents, we hosted my family in the morning. Without getting into too many details, my parents are older and our house is less of a drive for my childless siblings, so this is just easier for everyone. Here's the jerk part. For the last 3 Christmases, we have not been able to have our kids, 2 and 3 months, open Santa presents on Christmas morning because our schedule was just too tight. It wasn't a huge deal for the kids because they really weren't aware of what was going on yet, but now the oldest is so excited for Santa. We expected this and gave a warning last Christmas, also knowing that I was pregnant with number 3, that we don't know the details of what Christmas would look like, but we are hoping to stay home all day. We even offered to make Christmas dinner if things panned out that way. We had to push some things back, but nothing serious. Fast forward to Christmas, husband and I decided that we would stay home and open our doors around noon to anyone who wanted to come. This way the kids could have a Santa morning, get naps, and still see some family. It would also save husband and I from bickering by the end of the day. If you know, you know. This day, this did not sit well with mother-in-law and husband's brother. They both literally screamed and cried on the phone when we told them. They said that this came out of nowhere. They claimed that I am manipulating my husband, that I am trying to accommodate my family only, and they are comparing me to a very hated ex-girlfriend from the family.
What?
That's crazy
That's
to say.
crazy.
To your
What?
daughter.
Oh,
What the
I
heck?
would have lost
What
it.
the heck?
Yeah, to an ex-girlfriend too.
No.
Because why are you even still thinking about
I
her?
know why.
Because
Why is she important? The picture,
Bro.
What you trying to say? Are you trying to secretly tell me she's still?
I know.
Exactly.
You're acting like my ex.
Yeah. What?
Oh.
Okay. Now mother-in-law will not speak to me, and this has been going on for a couple of weeks. My husband tried to tell them that we decided this together, but they think that he is just being too stupid to see that I'm manipulating him. He is 30.
That is a
Why
grown
would he-
man.
that
He
is a
can make his
grown
own
man,
grown
right.
decisions.
Okay, girl. Anyway.
Wait, they're 30 and they have 3 kids already? That's crazy.
They be busting it
Yeah.
down.
They be busting it down.
The problem is that they are actually very big manipulators, and now husband is feeling very guilty about not going out. I feel like if we cave to their temper tantrum, we're doing a disservice to our kids, and we will also never be taken seriously when we're trying to make a decision for our family in the future.
Right.
Am I the jerk for holding our ground on this?
Wait.
No.
No, wait.
I don't think so.
So they literally said that, or like half of the family doesn't already go out because of how big their families are getting.
Mhm.
So why are they getting backlash for
Because
doing the same
husband's
thing?
Probably like a mama's boy, and
Probably.
Clearly,
Probably.
that
But no,
mom
it's-
has some weird attachment to that son, cause
They
No, but
literally
it's-
still said, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say they literally still said that they'll open the doors or like they're willing to see other family
Yeah.
after that morning. They didn't say you couldn't come. It's not like they were canceling it, like the whole thing.
Mhm.
Like she's being really inconsiderate
Yeah,
of
because I
like
feel like some parents like don't remember that like once you start your own family, that's your main priority. Like, of course, you're still gonna love and care for your mom, but it's like you're a mom, you have your own kids, like you have priorities first.
yeah.
She doesn't want her kid to grow up like sad, like, oh, we're not gonna even open presents on Christmas.
But the other thing though is that that's her grandchild, right?
Mhm.
So why wouldn't you want your grandchild to have that Christmas morning like
That's
thing?
what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Like it's not just about your son, it's about your own, it's still your own family. Like even though that's not your first immediate family and your first immediate family is now having separate families, you're still
You're still
like, that's
I
your
would do the same thing
grandchild.
that she's doing. I'd be like,
Yeah.
well, I'm sorry. If you want to come, you can come. But like, if you
Yeah.
don't, I'll still be happy at the end of the day.
Yes.
yeah, for her calling her manipulative is
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Whenever literally they decided it together that they just didn't want to come because their schedules were tight, so it was harder for them to go out more, and especially with them having already 3 kids right now by the age of 30 is insane because they're still trying to get their money and still trying to do like other things, right? So, yeah.
Did the
That's
husband
not-
stand his ground?
Oh yeah, let's
I
see the
know, I
update.
know
What's up?
there's an
I
update,
don't think
right?
it was confirmed in the update, but it did say, since a lot of people are suggesting doing a different day, we already are. Here's the kicker. We are all going to our house for a gathering on Christmas Eve to do presents and whatnot. We have been for the last 3 years because there's not time for Christmas dinner and presents on Christmas Day because of our tight schedule. We will literally be doing Christmas on Christmas Eve. She just wants to see us on Christmas Day, too.
Okay, then that can be like
She's
that's
already
nothing
seen them on Christmas Eve. Why do you want
Yeah.
to see them the next day
You
too?
have
Okay.
to be able to be flexible with people.
with both, yeah,
schedules.
right? But she
Right,
and she did say,
understanding.
but she said that you guys can come after the presents. Like that's not that big of a deal for her to be like,
It's not like she has to be there at 8 in the morning. Like
I know,
right there.
right there. I mean, I get it because like I have my parents, like they went, or my grandparents, like usually they come down to our house for Christmas because we have the youngest kids, but it's also we have the most kids, and usually everybody comes down just because it's easier than all of us going up to Washington because most of us still live in California. So like I get that, but it's like you don't need to be there. Like for her to call her manipulative just because she doesn't want her to be there until after 12 is crazy.
Yeah, because she
Like-
wants her kids to. Like you're still with your
Yeah,
first
enjoy the
immediate
Christmas.
family,
It's like,
yeah.
hold on, sorry, you have to wait for grandma. She'll be here in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, because
Literally.
my family, we open presents on Christmas Eve. Like, we start at, like, 10, so we don't have to wait till 12. And then Christmas is, like, we do our own thing, like, with our own families.
You know,
Like, you don't have to be together.
my
Yeah.
parents make us wait.
Yeah.
They're like, you better
Do
wait. Because
Christmas morning.
they finish wrapping the night
Night
out.
of, yes.
And I hear in their, especially when I was downstairs, I could hear them upstairs. I'm like, okay.
No, my parents do that too. Like I remember when I was little, they'd be like, "Did you brush your teeth?" Do this. Like, they literally do all this to make, like, before we got to go downstairs.
They're like, go change. Wait, I want to take a picture afterwards.
Oh my God.
Not in this Mexican household. They want to be up all night and then sleep in the next day. I remember I would ask my mom, like, can we do, like, Christmas morning? She's like, but it's, like, a tradition. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Because then when I wake up, I already know what I have.
Yeah. I feel like that's, like, the joy of,
enjoy
like,
your
Christmas,
day.
though. It's, like, waking up and, like, not knowing, right? What is it? Because this is the first year in 5 years that my whole family's coming down. So it's going to be a lot of people opening up presents this year. So I'm actually, like, really so excited. Because I like when my family's together, but it's so hard to get us together. We're missing one part of the family, but I don't really care.
Clock.
It's my white aunt that
we know?
Yeah. She's being petty.
I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, auntie.
Okay.
She won't see this.
Imagine she
Even
pulls
if
it up.
she-
She's
I
like,
know,
and
she-
this is why her and her little friends. This is why I'm not coming for Christmas.
Right.
Yeah.
Staying home.
It's okay, Auntie. Have fun.
But it's like
Have fun.
it sucks because it's like she's leaving out her kids from the rest of
Yeah,
the
Yeah, because
family.
you have
She
to think about
doesn't.
your kids. Don't be selfish on that
Yeah.
part. Like,
I think a lot of people forget, like, just because, like, because I have a lot of aunts when they're, like, beefing with their sisters and stuff, they don't think about the kids and, like, the
kids and
cousins.
their
It's just like,
cousins.
no, we're in an argument, so I'm not coming.
yeah.
It's like-
okay, then you stay home.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
I want to see my cousins.
Right.
Yeah.
Next story.
Okay, am I the jerk for gone on Christmas? Again,
Oh.
this more like
This
this more like would be the what the heck?
This more likely would be.
No, they literally says this more like would be the jerk if just stayed on my air mattress in the basement for the rest of Christmas Day. Also, they know I recently what the
Wait,
heck?
huh?
This is
Wait,
giving
read
Home
Wait,
Alone vibes.
read that again. Read that again.
Okay, this more like would be the jerk if just stayed on my air mattress in the basement for the rest of Christmas Day. In parentheses. Also, they know I recently tore a muscle in my ankle. I'm 26 years old, so I'm pretty old to be throwing temper tantrums.
Well, that's true.
You are too old for
Yeah.
that.
I feel that I should give a backstory.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Because
Go
first
ahead.
you're not typing right, and then we're not understanding.
I grew up in a very loving family, and I am a first-generation college graduate.
Period.
I was started independently taking care of myself at 18 years old, but my parents, of course, still were there when I needed them. I have always been very independent. I started working full-time after graduating, and I live far away from my home state, and I only come home on holidays because I'm a teacher. And you're
Wait,
talking
huh?
like that?
Wait.
Oh.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
She said you're a
she's
teacher,
a
and
teacher,
you're
and she's talking
that.
about what a beat.
Would maybe be
Maybe
like
a be
when
the, like, when
go Christmas
Layla.
sleep ankle
mattress.
when I be.
I'm gonna zoom in on that.
Okay, she said, I made sure all my family had Christmas gifts that they would enjoy and love, and I watched them open gifts like I was a proud mom. But that year, I didn't get anything. I wasn't upset because, well, it's not about the gifts, and I know my family loves me. Flash forward to this Christmas. We have 2 new additions to the family, not my children, but my sisters, and I drove 15 hours home. Everything is great. My parents, of course, woke us up early, and they are all excited, and they start passing out gifts. My sister gets boxes. My brother-in-law gets boxes. My cousin gets boxes. My mom, my dad, and so on. Then all of a sudden, my dad stops and looks at me like looks at me, and I look like he has seen a ghost. Him and my mom walk in the back room, and they were in there for a while and came back out with random clothing. As I start looking through it, I remember
Never mind.
And I was like,
I thought you meant like different clothes.
I was like, ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
As I start looking through it, I remember these were the clothes that my mom had recently bought herself, and I helped her pick out. I smiled and gave my parents a hug and quietly went back to the basement while they continued opening gifts. Do I have a reason to be upset, or am I overreacting?
No. She's not overreacting at all.
No, yes, you have a reason to be upset.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What? Okay, because
The clothes
that's
that you
not,
were there to pick
that's
out.
not what Christmas is about. But like, imagine everyone else
Gets a
getting
gift, but
gifts,
you
and your
don't.
parents
like when
just like
freaking-
forget you're there.
That's like when blank gave me that gift and And I was so upset because everybody got like
I
these
think
big
it's-
blankets.
I think it's mostly because there was like the lack of care or like
Mhm.
thought
Yeah.
put into the gift.
And
Like,
especially
even if
because
they
she
got
buys
her
a gift for
car-
or
everybody.
like even if you weren't able to, you could be like more apologetic about it.
Yeah.
You're just like, here you go.
Yeah.
And
Like,
then
here you go. At least you got something. Be
Yeah.
grateful. Like,
Then
She
what?
drove 15 hours to be there, and she literally stated, "I know that my parents love me."
For them to remember every other person except the one person who's driving farther than the rest of the family is crazy.
And even the people who aren't there as much, like, because she said that she goes like and this has happened twice.
I
She
was
said,
gonna
I'm
say,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
it didn't happen just once,
Once,
like
but
twice.
twice.
How do they forget twice?
Like,
Yeah.
and the fact that they
I'd
looked
walk
at each
out.
other, walked into a room, and grabbed clothes that the daughter was there to buy with her mother, put them in a bag, and be like, "Oh, Merry Christmas."
I know.
That's worse than just being
No,
like, "Oh, I forgot."
At least pick
That's
different clothes out that she
horrible.
didn't help you
Right?
buy.
Yeah.
No, that's even worse because it's like she's like, what's it called? I don't know. Just get her that. I don't know. Just give her that. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's
Like,
the
you don't
like
even
you have no
care.
thought behind it. And be like, oh, like you couldn't even be like, oh my god, like I'm so sorry. Like I completely forgot about your gift. How about like I will give it to you tomorrow, like
Yeah.
or like something like that. At least I feel like I'd be more like forgiving with
Yeah.
that than you giving me a random gift that
Especially
you found in
something
your
that
closet.
I was there to help you pick out
Yeah.
for yourself. That would make me upset.
Yeah.
She didn't screenshot this one, but I found it and I want to read it. So, am I the jerk for charging my sister's family to stay in my house during Christmas? I, 31 female, recently bought my dream home after working hard for over a decade. It's a beautiful 4-bedroom place with a huge backyard and a pool. I'm single and I live alone, but I love the extra space and use the rooms as an office, a guest room, and a gym. My sister, 35 female, her husband and their 3 kids, 7 male, 5 female, 3 male, asked if they could stay at my place for Christmas.
Not the heights.
No,
5'7".
No.
Is that not what it is?
The
It's a
ages,
7-year-old
Oh.
kid, boy.
I heard
a
5'7".
5-year-old
What?
female and a 3-year-old male asked if they could stay at my place for Christmas. They live out of state and wanted to spend the holidays with their family without paying for a hotel. Initially, I was okay with it until I remembered the absolute chaos they bring wherever they go.
Oh.
They stayed with me for a weekend last year and it was a disaster. The kids destroyed my sofa with markers and spilled juice on my rug, which I had to replace. My sister brushed it off, saying kids are kids, and didn't offer to pay for the damage.
People like that.
Her husband barely helped with cleaning or washing the kids. I felt like a maid in my own house. So this time, I told her they could stay, but with conditions. I sent her a house guest agreement where they'd agreed to 1, pay $100 cleaning fee up front. 2, cover any damages immediately. 3, pay $50 per night for utilities since heating and water costs spike in the winter. I don't think this is unreasonable. I love my family, but I also want to protect my home and avoid unnecessary stress and a headache during the holidays. But she flipped out. She called me greedy and said I was treating my family like Airbnb guests. She argued that it's the holiday season and I'm ruining the spirit of giving. Our parents are siding with her, saying I'm being ridiculous and cold-hearted. I argued that this is my home and I'm not obligated to let them stay for free, and I know they'll cause damage and stress, and I'm sure they can afford it since they just spent thousands on a Disney trip. I'm only asking for a fraction of what a hotel would cost. Now the family is divided. My sister says I'm a jerk for prioritizing my money over family. I think I'm being fair by setting boundaries, but maybe I've taken it too far. I don't know. Please help. Also, this is just for those who wanted to know, I spent at least $500 to replace my sofa and rug after the kids damaged them last time, and my sister didn't offer to help with the cost.
There it
Okay.
is.
See, because what I
Okay.
was about to say was okay, but then you said that, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
no, I
oh,
thought-
okay.
I
The
was gonna
rug.
I was gonna say, like, I agree with her terms, but I think maybe like the 50 per night is a little bit
Yeah.
exaggerated.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd
Oh, she
understand-
did say 50 per night. Yeah, that's
No,
what
I'd understand if it was like you can stay, but let me go over like what happened last time. You ruined all of my stuff. I had to replace a bunch of things that would cost me hundreds of dollars. So if anything happens this time,
You're helping.
you're replacing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
That's
fair.
that's fair.
Yeah, because I don't think I would charge my sibling to. Like,
I wouldn't
stay in
charge
my
my
house,
brothers.
but
But then it also depends on like the type of relationship, because you don't know how her sister, like they cannot have a good relationship. I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like it kind of shows a sense of her character, the sisters, the fact that she
Yes.
didn't pay for it last time. I feel
Right.
like that kind of shows that that's the type of person she is.
Right.
And the fact that she was saying like like flipping out on her and being like, you're selfish, let the kids be kids.
Yeah.
Or say
One
like,
thing-
yeah, stuff about the giving. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. But one thing is like, I understand kids will be kids and mistakes happen.
Mm-hmm.
But you as a parent, I would not let my kids draw on a sofa that is
Yeah.
not mine. If it happened to me, obviously I'd be upset. But on my sister's sofa,
Yeah.
I'd be
I
like,
feel even more bad.
I would
feel
be like,
bad.
oh my God.
Funny
Like,
story.
I y'all better than this.
I know.
Like,
first of all, I'd be like,
my dad's mom, my grandma, she had a all white couch when I was little, and I drew on it. But I got my booty popped. Like I got in trouble by my mom, by my dad,
yeah.
and I'm pretty sure they helped her get a new one. But at least, like, I wouldn't say punish them, but like they wouldn't be doing things like that if you didn't give them the freedom to.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
you need to have some respect for your sister, her purchases,
Mm-hmm.
and for your kids, because then they're going to grow up thinking like they can do whatever they want. If that's
Yeah.
the case, again, I completely understand. Kids will be kids. It happens. But either you're going to try and clean it first. If that doesn't work and there's still stains, help her replace a new one. I'm not saying that you need to, if it's like not that big of a piece of furniture, I'm not saying that you need to buy her a whole big fancy bedding,
Yeah.
da-da-da, but like help replace it. It
Yeah.
was your
Reimburse her,
responsibility.
like,
Yeah.
it's
Your
your
kid.
fault.
Yeah.
And then I feel like that's kind of crazy that, like, if I knew I ruined someone's house and I'm the next Christmas, I'm like, oh, I want to go back.
Yeah.
That's just
I'd
an
feel
insane
so
thing.
bad.
Yeah,
I'd
being
feel too bad.
conscious of what happened last time.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd
I
be
understand-
embarrassed.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
like
I'd
I'd
be
be like, I
embarrassed.
understand why you wouldn't want my family to do. I understand why you're making these like rules, but I would kind of be offended
Yeah.
at the amount. But
Yeah.
I would
Yes.
understand like, okay, this I see why you're doing this
Yeah.
because of what happened last time.
Yeah, because from the other person's perspective, if my family came over and they ruined all my stuff, but like they helped clean it or some sort of, even just an apology, like being like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You know, they discipline their kids. They're like, you do not do that, da-da-da, and they want to come back the next year. I'd be like, of course.
Yeah, because
Because-
obviously you're going to be upset in the moment, but you're like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
like,
At the end of the
They
day, that's your-
apologized, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
It's not their fault that obviously kids will be kids. You
No.
can't control that.
I hate when people say that. I hate when people are like, they're just a kid. They don't know. It's like, well, then teach them to know.
But
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
you have to like make them aware of like what they did was wrong. And I get like the whole gentle parenting thing, but it's like if they
No.
do something that like
I
is
understand it
bad.
to an extent.
to
I-
an extent.
I don't like gentle parenting. I think gentle parenting is like okay if it's like, oh, you accidentally spilled something and they didn't do it on purpose. It's like, it's okay. Just remember you have to be mindful of blah, 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 blah. But it's like if they're like chucking something on like, you know, that's something that's like,
Hey, Jimmy,
you're
Jimmy,
joking.
don't do that.
I know,
Please
hey,
don't do that.
sorry,
That's
you
don't-
just
don't
ruined
hit
my
her.
$500
No.
carpet, but it's okay. You're going through
No.
something.
Like, your kids should know wrong from
No.
right. The only, like, kids should be kids is a toddler. And I feel like once you start walking, once they start walking,
Yo, once you can have a full conversation
Yeah.
with me,
They said it was
don't
seven.
even.
Yeah.
They're 7-year-old.
A 7-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're
no.
7, you
Girl.
should know.
That's
okay,
like
I'm
that's
not-
Merrick's age.
Yeah, that's like Merrick.
That's
drawing
so
on the
aware.
couch and, okay,
That is
like,
completely
If
aware.
that's the case, you cannot use kids will be kids as an excuse.
No.
and
Because
nowadays
they
kids,
understand.
yeah, kids are on social media. If your kid has an iPad or anything, then they should know what's wrong from right.
Yeah. That's why I don't like
Right.
technology. I don't like kids getting technology until they're at least 10 or 11. That's where I got I didn't get my first phone until I was 12.
I didn't get mine until middle school.
Yeah.
Me
I didn't
too.
get
I didn't
mine
get mine
until
until
I was
Because that's
in
when I
fifth
started
grade.
going out more. And so my parents needed to No, my first phone was a watch phone and it only made sounds and it called my mom, my
That's
dad,
what
and my
mine
brother.
was.
Yeah.
No,
I had to leave.
my phone, I was like forbidden to have any apps other than like calling, messaging, and I wasn't allowed to have people's numbers besides my mom's.
I wasn't allowed to have any social media until I was 14.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had a phone, but it was like turned off. So it was like I could watch YouTube, but I had to like if I want to do it like if we're on like a car ride, I have to like be like, Micah, can I have your hotspot?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be able to do anything.
My
Yeah.
first phone was an Obama phone
my first
that my dad got me. Stopped
my
working.
first phone was a BlackBerry.
BlackBerry. I used to play with my mom's old phone. She had a BlackBerry, so it
I found
wasn't mine,
pictures
but I
on
called
it.
mine.
There's pictures of me like going like this.
I
I
have-
have to
yeah.
show you guys. That's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I was using my mom's old phone. That's
Oh,
usually what
God.
it
That
was.
was technically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
but
though
they
she
didn't
didn't
have a
give it
SIM card in
Yeah,
it.
wasn't
Yeah.
Most of them didn't have a SIM card, so I could only watch YouTube
I've
and
gotten
stuff.
in trouble
Yeah.
multiple times because I locked my sister's phone. Like, I typed in the password so many times to where it's like, oh, you have to take it to the Apple store. And I did the same thing to my mom's phone.
Oh my god. So that means she waited for the 1 minute thing, and then she waited for the 5 minute thing, and then she canceled. Damn, girl. She waited, she said.
No, okay, so my mom had gave me her old iPhone. It was like the mini one. And I remember I changed the password because I was like, oh, I want to be like have my own password. And I didn't remember what I put the new password. So I kept trying different ones, and then it locked. And my mom was like, yeah, my mom was mad.
Did
Yeah.
you tell Burns that we were doing this? No, I forgot. Okay. We can wrap it up because we're done anyway, right? But yeah, I know. But
Is she gonna murder us?
Yes, probably.
Because we're also not going to be in all black.
No, I have all my clothes.
We're not going to be changed out.
My clothes are in the locker room.
Yeah.
Mine's in my car. We're not going to have enough time to change out, but we'll still be there.
We'll still be there. Okay, but yeah.
Unless we don't want to.
What did she say to you guys last time?
Nothing.
Nothing.
She's just like, oh, where were you guys?
She kind of like, you can tell she's upset, but like she
But
doesn't
she's
really
not
say
upset.
anything. But I feel like if it starts going on, she's
like,
gonna
if
be
you're making
like,
an ongoing thing. She's gonna be like, so you guys just think you can skip it?
yeah.
Mhm.
But
Right.
yeah, but I okay. In all things, no, in conclusion, but in all things, I feel like she is a little like she's exaggerating about like the prices and stuff, and about like the whole. Okay, I get about the water. Like, no, I don't get about the water bill or like that kind of stuff. Like, damn, girl, like okay, you might as well
that much. If you have a pool,
That's what I'm saying. She has a really big house. If you're paying for all that, have it be used. Like,
well, no, it's a pool house. I thought
She has like a lot of room.
yeah, and she has a pool. She has a fancy
pay for all
backyard.
that
so she has a
anyway.
4-bedroom, but she's using only one room. Basically, that's her room. Then she has a gym, office.
Did she
and
say
a
she had
guest
kids?
bedroom. No,
No,
she's
she's single.
Oh, so why are you complaining?
That's
Okay,
yeah.
Wait
I mean,
a minute.
she has a right to complain about the stuff that they ruined.
Yeah.
I think she's a little bit of a jerk.
Yeah.
50-50.
50-50.
I don't think she's I just feel like 50 a night is a little.
That's a little. That's
No,
just
and
crazy.
then 100 as
$100
basically
up
like the
front.
down payment.
Yeah.
Like what?
But it also depends on how long they're staying. I don't remember how long.
Well,
think
it
they
was
were
only
staying
for
just for
Christmas.
Christmas week.
Yeah,
Was it
they
just
said
for
only
the
Christmas
Christmas
week. I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
'Cause
Also
they're
depends
coming
on
down
how
from a different
close she is
state.
with her sister. Because if she don't talk to her sister like that, then it could be like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna treat this like a hotel.
I don't know, because she was saying how the husband doesn't help with dishes and stuff, but like when people come over to my house, I don't really like people
Yeah,
doing
doing
it, you know, because then I
Yeah.
feel like I'm the host.
Unless
Let me do
unless
it.
they're like making meals for themselves and they're just like leaving everything out.
Okay, yeah,
That's when I'd be like,
Yeah.
you know, like if you guys came to my house and you guys made like ramen or something, I'd be like, just at least put it in the sink or at least rinse it out. Like,
We wash our dishes.
Yeah.
At
Hope's house.
yeah. Well, I wasn't saying you guys did it. I was saying that, no, I was just saying that like I would expect you guys to at least like rinse it and
Yeah,
like
like it's
put it
just
away.
that's just like manners.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like that's insensitive to just be like, okay, it's your house. Why
I know
do
your
that?
house,
But
your
I feel
dishes.
like if I cooked
I would always
dinner and
offer.
I like gave you your plate and everything, like you don't have to wash it. Like I made it, I gave it to you. Like, but yeah, if you're making
I mean,
like a huge
I feel
mess,
like-
then I'd be like, okay.
If I was at somebody's house though and they like gave me food, I would at least offer to wash my plate.
Yes.
Like that, it's just like
Or like, do you need help
being
cleaning
considerate.
up?
Yeah.
Put stuff in containers.
yeah,
like,
because they're
leftovers.
the ones who
Literally,
made the food.
I was
You're the
at
guest.
Andrew's house
Yeah.
the other day. I was at Blank's house and I washed my dish and his mom was like, "Did you just wash your dish?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "What? You don't have to do that." And I'm like, "But it's just like
It's common sense.
there was no
Yeah.
dishes in the sink. Like I don't want to be the first person that's like,
Here.
Yeah, here.
That's
You
like
just
when your
finished
brothers
washing
bring
them.
you like a bunch of cups, like
Oh.
after you just finished watching. Like, oh my god, like
that's
cry.
like, bruh."
yeah.
Okay.
The only singular dish that's ever in the sink when everything else is empty is the pot that I needed to soak.
No, I do that.
Like one of the containers that has like spaghetti, like
That had
Yeah.
oil around it that
like,
needs
that
to
needs
really
to
sit in
When
the
I made-
hot, soapy
Yeah.
water.
I remember the longest. I think the longest I had something soaked was like
2 days.
like where I tried. I was like, nah. I would wash every other dish but that one. Like,
Yeah, let me
No,
just
I
skip
hate
over that
cleaning
I
pots.
know.
know.
It's so, like,
They're just
that
so
has
big,
so
and then the
big.
water's
I'm
like splashing on me. I'm like, bruh. No.
Have you ever like washed a spoon and it like the water's coming down really hard and it like
Yeah.
gets all up in your face? I
Yeah.
hate that.
I hate when like the dirt, like the
Oh, when you touch the food.
Because I hate when people put stuff in the sink without rinsing it off first.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My little sister would put like a chicken bone in the sink. I'm
My
like,
dad
"Hun, there's
is
the
the
trash."
worst.
Yeah.
My dad's the worst because he'll leave his napkin, his bones, like every possible trash that even like the what's it called when he cuts the things to put the powder like in his drinks, he'll just leave it, and I'm like throw it
Because
away.
once it gets all soaked, I'm like,
I don't want to touch it.
Starts
Yeah.
like marinated. I'm
Yeah.
marinate.
Like the paper from it's dissolving. Like you're not supposed to put certain things in the sink down the disposal.
No, I've learned.
No way.
I what's it called? I ruined my disposal because I wouldn't throw away my tea bags. I know.
Throw away your
I
tea bags?
No, like I would what's it called? Just put my cup in the sink. So then when my dad would go to like or when somebody would go to rinse it, they just like they'd rinse it, pour it out, and they wouldn't see it.
I don't feel like that's like a super common sense thing. Because I mean, maybe people put tea bags down.
I thought you were saying like you were like putting
She's doing it on purpose. She's just like, I'm gonna put this down the disposal.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm done with my tea.
No, I would accidentally leave it in there.
Oh, and especially if your dad's in, because I feel like dads are so lazy when it
They
comes to doing
are.
chores. They're just like, okay.
No, because
Men
my
are.
dad's the dad that's just like I pay the bills. And
No,
it
'cause
irritates
you know-
me.
No, because he will. Even though I'm thankful for his cooking. 'Cause he will cook, but then he'll walk away.
Yeah.
He's like flour, like oils just out everywhere.
No,
And then
you know
he's
what
like, okay.
annoys me is last time I think like every single time that my parents make dinner, it's like I made dinner, you have to clean it up. I'm like, okay, cool, fine, that makes sense, right? But I made dinner one time and they're like, you made this, you clean it. I was like, hello? Like I made dinner for everybody. I made chicken, I made rice, I made fried rice actually. Like I made it for y'all and then y'all she was like,
No, cause
clean it up.
I think it's also different. Sorry, but I think it's also different because my mom is very like she will if like something small spills on like the table, she'll just wipe it up and
Yeah,
like, she tries to keep it clean.
Yeah.
That's
as
how my
she
mom
goes.
is.
Yeah,
She's cleaning as she's
comfortable as she's
cooking.
cooking.
Yeah.
That's what I
love for you
do.
'cause you bake. She
Yes.
bakes and it's good.
Thank
I'm
you.
saying like it's more comfortable like when you're cleaning
As you go.
Yeah, as
you
you
have like
go.
a nice
Yes.
space.
Mhm.
When you just got everything
Literally
everywhere.
on Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
my stepdad was making a mess in the kitchen. My mom, she likes to say a lot of smart things, so she'd be like, "Someone can't like clean and cook at the same time." I'm like, "Mom, just tell him directly. Like, you want him to clean up his mess."
Yeah, no, in my house, like my mom always taught me clean as you go because then you're gonna have a cluttered everything. And like then you have to chop something. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't reach it. So especially if you need something to like cook for a second, as it's cooking, I'll wash another dish or I'll put something away that I'm not using anymore. Like you gotta be smart about it as you go.
Yeah, for some reason it's like a thing for me that I can't not like clean as I go because like if I'm like cutting or if I'm like what's it called opening stuff and I'm throwing it away right after I open it, like the trash that I don't need, or like especially if I use like oil or something, I close it, put it back. Like, but my dad is like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's necessary because then at the end you
Like-
have this big mess and then you really don't want to clean it. So
Yeah.
if you don't want to wash one dish as
You
you're
don't wanna
cooking, you're
wash-
not gonna wash 30 of them
Yeah.
afterwards.
Literally. And then like with my house, it's like if you make it, you clean it up. But if my mom makes something, I'll help her clean it up.
right.
Because she makes big things that'll last the whole week, and it's my mom. Like I'm not just gonna be like,
Like,
you
"Hey, you
clean
clean
it.
it
up."
But if I
You
make
got that.
something, if I make something, I clean it all up and I put everything away, that kind of thing. But with my brother, he's like, I made it, you clean it.
Yeah.
And then he'll leave that mess. But if I make something, he's like, girl, that's your mess. I don't do dishes.
I don't let
I
Terrence in
hate
the
you.
kitchen.
I-
Terrence
I-
sucks at cooking.
No, Isaac's really good at
No,
cooking,
my
though.
brother used to like. I think he literally like the first time he washed the dishes was like maybe 3 years ago. 'Cause, like I was like the only person washing anything, and then my dad would even be like my mom would. I would say because our dishwasher's broken. It's been broken like I think since I was like
Mine
3.
is. We have to
it's
wash
been
it by
broken for so
hand.
long,
Yeah,
and
we
I
have
was
to
like,
wash
oh
by
yeah.
hand.
He was like, you're the dishwasher, and I was like, okay.
No, my brother does the same thing, and then he'll be like, I don't know how to wash dishes. We'll show him, and then he'll purposely do it bad so that or me or my mom has to redo them. And he'll be like, oh, well, I didn't know how to do that. Hello?
Are you
Lucy,
3?
Are you 3? And
my gosh.
that man is 19. He knows how to do it, and then when he lives all by himself in college,
Yeah.
I like to keep my dorm nice and clean, nice
Oh,
and
well,
organized.
okay, but you couldn't do it
But
at
then,
home.
but then when he gets home, he's like, "Oh, I don't remember how to wash dishes. It's been so long."
My God. Okay, let's close this out.
Oh yeah, before we get
Before we
killed.
get killed by burns.
by Bernsey. Love you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys for watching this episode of Am I the Jerk Christmas edition.
Christmas edition.
I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you had a good giggle, a good laugh.
A good giggle.
After this, go ahead and drink some hot cocoa.
Ew.
Ho ho
Great
ho.
Christmas. Ho ho ho.
How
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Ho 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 ho.
Bye guys.
Bye. Jesus Christ.
We're just gonna walk in the middle of